Gabriel Facio. He's been with us for about 4 years as a phenomenal police officer. And today, this afternoon, I'm here to tell you that he passed away and he lost his fight.
We begin tonight with breaking news. Apache Junction police officer Gabriel Facio has died. He was shot several times by a suspect during a traffic stop earlier this week.
Just moments ago, a procession for Officer Fasio wrapped up. The officer's body was being driven from a hospital in Mesa to the Maricopa Medical Examiner's office in downtown Phoenix. Here is a live look from our Arizona's Family News chopper. Friends, family, and fellow officers took part in the procession as a sign of respect and to honor his memory.
Officer Fasio served with the Apache Police Department for nearly 4 years and leaves behind a wife, 2 children, and a grandchild.
This is the first Apache Junction police officer killed in the line of duty involving the apprehension of a suspect. We are bringing you full team coverage tonight. Our Casey Torres is at the medical examiner's office in Phoenix following that procession of friends, family, and loved ones. But first, let's get out to our Zach Prelutsky. He is live outside the Banner Desert Medical Center in Mesa, where the announcement was made that Officer Fasio had passed away. Zach, I imagine a pretty emotional scene out there.
Yeah, it's been a heartbreaking day, a heartbreaking last few hours since word of Officer Facio's passing came out and was made public and official. And Apache Junction Police Chief Michael Pooley really described the range of emotions he, the 100 officers in the department, and the entire Apache Junction community have been feeling over these last few days. There's been shock, anger, sadness, but also the chief said a little bit of hope with the way the community has rallied around the department and Officer Facio's family and the assurance that the family will be taken care of moving forward. Now, back on Monday, a driver in Apache Junction who police say was driving around waving a gun was pulled over. After police say that man was not complying with verbal commands, officers used less than lethal force on him. Police say that suspect pulled out a gun and started shooting towards officers. Officer Gabriel Facio was shot in the face. That suspect, Roger Nunez, is still in the hospital. Chief Pooley says his charges will be upgraded to now include homicide as well when he is released and booked into jail. Officer Facio's death, the first Apache Junction police officer death since 1987. That was in a training accident. This death, the first line of duty death when it comes to trying to apprehend a fugitive or felon this department has ever faced.
When Officer Fasio got to the hospital, his heart had stopped. And the medical staff at Banner Goldfield, thank you. They were able to bring him back, and we were able to have a week to say our goodbyes. His family came in from all over the country, from Mexico, from El Paso, Texas, from all over the country. And it gave them time to say goodbye.
And this is a picture that Chief Pooley shared with us this afternoon. It's from a ride-along he did with Officer Fasio several months ago. Officer Fasio on the right of your screen. A funeral service is being planned right now for next Monday, June 16th. That will be taking place, we're told, in Mesa. Now, Chief Pooley says that Officer Fasio moved from Mexico to the United States 25 years ago, more than 25 years ago, in 1999. And when he came to the States, he came with the goal of becoming a police officer. He was able to fulfill the goal, and ultimately he gave the ultimate sacrifice for it as well. For now, reporting live outside of Banner Desert Medical Center in Mesa, Zach Prelutsky for Arizona's Family.
Zach, thank you. Now let's go to our Casey Torres, who is outside the Maricopa County Medical Examiner's office. She has a closer look at Officer Facio's life and the impact he's had on so many people. Casey.
It was such a moving procession, and we can feel the love for Officer Fasio just from where I was standing at a respectful distance from the family. And it was just a moving moment, a heartbreaking moment. And it was just about 15 to 20 minutes ago that Officer Fasio's body was driven to the medical examiner's office. Right now, we can see just a few of the fleet units out here. They're all about leaving now. The family, most of the family left just a couple of minutes ago. Everyone was embracing each other, and you can feel that grief of the life of a man who was not only an officer, but a husband, father, and grandfather. Now, we did see as some officers in their motorcycles leading the way of the procession as the vehicle with Officer Facio's body was behind. Such a sad moment too, and bittersweet for the family. We are told that Officer Facio leaves behind a wife and 2 kids. His family was looking forward to his daughter's wedding this summer. He was also a grandfather. His chief tells us Fasio came to the United States from Mexico, and while he worked to get his citizenship to join the police force, he was a pastor. Officer Fasio graduated from the Phoenix Police Training Academy in 2020. He served with the Apache Junction Police Department for 4 years. The chief says Officer Fasio was proud to wear his uniform.
Was one of my favorites. I loved that guy. Absolutely just love Gabriel. And being in a department of 100 officers, I know every one of my officers. I know every one of my staff. And we talk all the time. We talk with each other. We grow old together. And I was hoping to grow old with Fasio in our department. And this news really shatters me and our department.
The chief says recruit grads from the Phoenix Police Academy visited Officer Fasio in the hospital. His family from Mexico, El Paso, and all over the country also stood by his hospital bed. We're told they had a week to say goodbye. And although this is a terrible, unimaginable loss, the family is said to have forgiven the suspect who killed Officer Fasio and wants the department to do so as well. Now, the chief says that through their service, they're going to continue to honor Officer Fasio's life. He says there's been an outpouring of support from the community for the department and for the family, which is definitely overwhelming, but they are grateful for that. Now, if they're trying to continue to honor his life, so on Wednesday at noon, there will be a barbecue fundraiser at the Apache Junction High School where the community is welcome to show up for the family who will be there in attendance. Reporting live in Phoenix, Casey Torres, Arizona's Family.
Casey, thank you. Reactions are pouring in from across the state tonight in response to Officer Fasio's death. The Phoenix Police Department posted this on Twitter, saying their thoughts are with his loved ones and family during this difficult time. We also received a statement from Pinal County Attorney Brad Miller. He says he will pursue justice with the full force of the law, ending with a message to Fasio's family saying, quote, "We honor your pain with our promise justice will be served."